we keep by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well.
Hi, everyone.
It is
Welcome.
time now, and what a time
Hey, everyone.
to be alive. In this
Great to see
great
you all.
turning, we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in
You can sing along if you want.
We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires.
You can even unmute and sing.
We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning, we shall learn to live in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. We shall be known by the company we keep, by the ones who circle round to tend these fires. We shall be known by the ones who sow and reap the seeds of change alive from deep within the earth. It is time now. It is time now that we thrive. It is time we lead ourselves into the well. It is time now, and what a time to be alive. In this great turning, we shall learn to live in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love. In this great turning, we shall learn to lead in love.
Hi, everyone. That was beautiful. I love hearing your voices. Welcome from all over the world.
Welcome, everyone. It's astounding to see you all. We do these free calls every once in a while, basically to see you, to be able to call in folks for a community event. This is we shortened the list here to graduates of our classes and courses, and then after we created the invitation and sent it out, the whole event turned. Emily can explain the evolution, but the main thing is that it's an opportunity for us to be together, which is really beautiful. Some people from before the pandemic, during the pandemic, and more recently coming together in community, and you can just see what the resource is when we join. So I'm really delighted.
Yeah, it's wonderful to see you. Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, Happy Kwanzaa, and solstice, and all the other holidays that you may be honoring at this time. And, to be with you in the great turning of this year just feels important as we are in this space of, I've been contemplating, what it means to really flake off the scales of the wood snake of 2025. That goes until mid-February. So we're still in that space. And for many of us, kind of slithering along the earth and beginning to really feel that movement, that friction, that awareness of what is ready to slide, to move, to shake off. And also, we're turning towards in Chinese New Year, the year of the horse, February 17th. And so I've just been thinking about it. I added a horse to my altar. I've been looking into the eye of this horse on my altar and meditating, breathing. And Leo wrote me after Leo Hamill, for those that know Leo, he wrote me right after he got this invitation and said, "I'm going to be with a herd of horses in Costa Rica. Can we collaborate?" And so it just felt like, yeah, it felt like the altar responding on some level. So we, shifted a little bit of the plan where we may weave some tarot in today. We'll see. But for the plan will be that we'll be doing more tarot constellations tonight and horse constellations as a way of just inviting the horse to knock on the back doors or the front doors of your heart as you move through the wood snake and greet the turning of the portal. So we invite you to just gather an intention object, for this process. Like if you have, some of you are in current courses and you may have an intention stone, and some of you may need to really feel like, what's the energy of the intention I'm holding for this particular turning of the year? A candle, a lighter, some matches to be able to light the hearth, and we'll begin. It's really a joy to be with you. And for those that are watching the recording, because of traveling and holidays, you're with us in spirit. I always can feel like a ping of energy when somebody clicks play on Zoom. It's a whole new world post pandemic where constellations get opened in different times and traveled with at different points in time. So I always appreciate the multi-dimensional hybrid experience. So welcome to those who are watching the recording as well. Dan, do you want to open with a meditation and kick us off?
Yes, Emily.
Dan's also a little sick if you hear a frog in his voice.
Yeah, I hope I don't. That cough is pretty nasty. We had a whirlwind holiday trip off the island. I just back and forth here and there, visiting family and friends for days. And when I got back to the island, I was picked up a bug, and so I used the sleeping cure as my favorite method of dealing with these. So I've been kind of knocked out, but I'm feeling a little bit better today. Um, but I'd like to, invite us to create the container for this, create this corral for doing these horse constellations, seeing with your heart style on Zoom. So
Dan,
you
maybe before we go into the meditation and open, I just give a little run through. Some people are messaging me in the chat screen asking questions. So maybe I'll just give a little run through of the day's
certainly,
schedule. Is that okay? And then we'll
yeah,
get
totally.
in the field. Um, the first thing I want to offer is Jenny Fahy can't be here, but she offered this. Whoops, there's a message from her on it, but you can click the link. Uh, she is a five rhythms facilitator, and she did five rhythms in the alchemical constellations training, and she made this really beautiful recording for the holidays. So if anybody wants to download an amazing playlist and dance to kind of guide you through these days, you do have to go through checkout. Like it looks like you're paying, but it's free. She's giving us like a free thing. So and you do have to enter your credit card even though you're not getting charged. But that's all available to you there. We are meeting from now 12 to 2:30 for a horse constellation and hopefully community connection, maybe breakout spaces. We'll see kind of what occurs after and how this all unfolds. At 2:30, from 2:30 to 7, with probably breaks here and there, we are going to do vision boarding and writing of your vision, of your intention statements. Ginny has a process that she goes through where she and I together will kind of guide you in honing in on your values for the new year, getting really clear on how to write with the frequency and alignment of those values, writing those intentions, and kind of stepping in to the, creative muse that is yours. And then vision boarding. And so we'll have supplies and handouts and all of that that we'll be sharing at the beginning of the 2:30. We'll probably take like a 15-minute break and then come back together. And at the beginning of that, we'll do some instruction. And then it's really going to be just like playlists and creating together with like breaks throughout the afternoon for check-ins, like dyad check-ins on like, a little mini constellation exercises of like what's coming up for you as you're vision boarding or as you're writing and as you're working with these things. But so a lot of quiet and music and creating, but a real kind of flow. And then from 7 to 9:30, we are going to be doing tarot constellations. There will be a one kind of large group tarot constellation that I'll be facilitating, where we will do a year, kind of a year ahead spread and a release of the prior year, and we'll set up the tarot deck. Let's set up your spread, kind of. And then Dan will be in a breakout room doing personal tarot readings. You can just watch him either doing a tarot reading or get a tarot reading. So that's kind of happening. It's like our kind of holiday Seeing with Your Heart virtual party. So that's happening at 7. And then we'll have some sort of like either two constellations facilitated by us or one in each room or some sort of breakout exercise. We'll kind of play it by ear, but that's 7 to 9:30. So come back if you're not in the middle with us, come back at 7 for tarot. And if that's too late in the middle of the night for you, watch the recording and do it. You'll have an exercise for you on when you wake up for New Year's Eve or New Year's Day. And the last thing is that we're offering tomorrow, January 31st, from 10 to 11:30, a New Year's Eve ritual and New Year's Day from 8 to 9:30. And this is all free. The New Year's Eve, India Amara, who's one of the graduates of the Alchemical Constellations training and is also on the faculty for the Pulse of Purpose, Breath of Abundance course. She's doing a deep kind of yoga spice, which is fun and sassy and like alive on the 31st to really shake off the year and alchemize what is remaining. And then on the 1st, she's doing a kind of deep process called Tantric Hatha Yoga, which is deeper breath work and movement to kind of open the year. And then I'm following that with writing and kind of creative embodiment, somatic, systemic exercises for that like second 30 minutes. So we'll get into our bodies and then we'll do a little bit of writing. I will post the link for that event. You're welcome to join us for either of them or sign up and you'll get the recording and we'll send it out. I think that's the lineup for today and tomorrow and the next day. And this is really just because Dan and I just want to be with you. I mean, we really want to turn the year with this community, particularly because we need it. It's time. It's time that all souls on deck shine their light and that wherever you are in the world, that this can be kind of an infusion of your magic, of your sparkle, of your full-bodied yes, or perhaps a real descent and an underworld journey accompanied by a lot of loving hearts if you are burying something before you turn to the next year. You're not alone. We're always in community. And we travel together. Even if it was for a short time that we were together, we're still woven in the root system of our existence. And it's just a way to be here together and to kind of stoke the pulse of our shared fire. Anything I left out, Dan, that you want to add?
That was very thorough, Emily. Well done.
Okay, let's move into meditation um and I will post the link for the sign up.
Great.
Why don't you start?
Good. Okay. Uh, so get comfortable in your chair. Um, you can close your eyes if you like. Peek if you prefer. I'm going to close my eyes and just see what images come in. I'll share them with you in the meditation. So the image I have is of it's two figures perched on your shoulders, one on your left shoulder, one on your right shoulder. It's a little bit like that classic meme of the angel and the devil, each talking into one ear. But it's a little bit different. It's not that. It's it's a representative for your inner voice, your inner truth. As we come to the end of the year, there's one voice that's saying to you, thank God this year is over. This was the worst. So many setbacks, so many hardships. And the voice on the other shoulder, what a great year this was. So many breakthroughs, so many beautiful times, so much love in my life. Challenges, yes, but possibilities realized. So many beautiful moments with so many beautiful people. And my life is progressing. And I welcome the coming year as a continuation of all the good. And then behind those two figures, you can, for yourself, you can line up who's with them, like one of those, like a constellation line. You know, where's your mother? Which figure is she behind? Your father, step parents, grandparents, partners, was partners, children, your doctor, your therapist, your boss, your landlord, your bank, your students, your practice, your community, your best friends, your worst enemies. Just let them take their place behind you, behind those little figures. And they both claim the truth with you in the middle, as if you have to choose. And when you choose one, there's a wheel that turns, and eventually you choose the other, and that wheel turns, and you come back to the first one. And that wheel keeps moving, sometimes quick like a pinwheel, and sometimes slow like a water wheel. And now you can open your eyes and look at who's here. And just notice that who's here, the people that you know, the people that you don't know, are all looking to see the best in you. And you can find someone that you've made a real connection with here, who you've had a moment of beauty and love and truth with. And feel your heart opening to them. That these are real people. And a lot of them know you better than the people in those lines. And they don't force a truth on you. No one's here telling you which it is or making you choose. The people you're looking at, the people looking at you, you don't know who's looking at you, but someone's picked you out. They just want to see the best in you and bring out the best in you. And not judge, evaluate, measure, weigh. Treat you like an object that gets a label put on it, but knows that you're a human being and that the truth is everything. That's it, Emily.
Thanks, Dan. You've got everybody crying. So sweet. Thanks, everyone. Let's light the hearth. Oh, I brought my matches downstairs, so keep going, Dan. I'll be right back.
They, this day is just, it's so seen with your heart. It's spontaneous. We don't know what we're doing. We don't know how we're going to do this. But it's just a yes, a strong yes that we're going to do this and it's going to be beautiful. And we trust ourselves and our community to be able to create something um, really worthwhile. All the experiences, we're always aiming for an experience that is uplifting. And sometimes we have to go down, descend to the bottom, go into the blood, the tearing of the flesh, the crying of the babies, the sorrows of grief. We don't shy away from it, but we use it as the pathway to the ascent, to be fully alive and to become empowered in these challenging times to bring forward our best and our best life.
I'm going to offer some introductions, just to give you a bit of an orientation of where we're going. And meanwhile, I want to name that we will all be having a constellation, with a representative standing with horses who will represent you, the seeker. So you all have an opportunity to be a seeker in this constellation. And so it's good to have a sense of like, what is it that I want to let go? What is it I want to let in? What is moving inside me? That's kind of the themes we're placing. Let go, let in. knowing that this is a time of turning from the solstice to mid-February or so. What are you letting go of? What are you letting in? And you want to just take a moment to just be with um, your own movements around that individually within yourself. Just presencing an intention. Dan, do you want to offer any kind of movement for them to drop into that, or is that enough?
I would move to the next step of the
Okay.
introductions.
Okay, great. Okay, so we are accompanied by the Tula Vida team from Costa Rica. Um, Eric Holliser and Sally Nilsson created Tula Vida Ranch on 85 acres of ancient off-grid land in a remote corner of Costa Rica, and it's surrounded by volcanoes, lush rainforest, abundant wildlife. It runs on pure spring water and nature's rhythm. From what Leo and Margaret, who many of you know, have been telling me, this is a living sanctuary where there's wild beauty and the deep comfort of 15 roaming rescue horses that have come to work in collaboration. So there's a shared passion that Eric and Sally hold around personal growth and working with the wisdom of the horses. And, in that kind of rescue, I'll let them speak more about what they're doing with the actual horses as they come to them. Um, they're both facilitators, equine experiential coaches, and many trainings in various things like yoga, mindfulness, breath awareness, body wisdom, like all of it. And Lisa Strickler, who some of you know from the Empowered Empath and Sage Soul course, has been collaborating in creating horse constellations in Colorado. And then together, Leo, Margaret, Lisa, and her husband, Jono, who's a therapist, head down to Tula Vida and are working in the field with Sally and Eric. And they've been asking us to come like every year. It's just been this build up and excitement about it. And I just feel like there was something about, the invitation to be a part of our call today, that kind of sparked from the altar and then came through what felt like the ley lines of the crystalline grid that's connecting the transmissions of our community gathering. I mean, really, it was an altar for our community gathering, and the response to it was, can the horses join us? Can they be part of it? What do you think about zooming in and having them be representatives? Lisa, I experienced. She facilitated a horse constellation for me in Montrose, Colorado, in collaboration with I think it's the Metaphors. I might get that wrong, but I'll let you. The Metaphors herd. And it was a profound experience to have the breath of a horse just like breathe into my heart while I was in the process of systemic alchemical transformation. It takes polyvagal theory and moves it to a whole nother level. There was like this incredible resetting of the somatic system. And I would say my life really changed in terms of my commitment to rewilding, to aligning with the natural rhythms of the earth, and to weaving the approach of the herd into my facilitation and to my work in the community. So I'm really honored today to say that Lisa, Sally, and Eric will be co-facilitating with the herd on the ground, and then Leo and Margaret and Jono and Lisa and Sally and Eric will be representing and working with the cameras. We practiced the other day. It seemed like it works beautifully. Of course, we have all the various components of weather and technology, and we'll see how it flows. But I just want to thank you all for your willingness to be with us. And I think I'll turn it over to Leo first, who the invitation came from.
Thanks, Emily. So yeah, I'm sitting here looking at two horses who have been waiting to get into this field all morning, and they look like they're getting a bit impatient. Like, are we going to get on with this? You'll see them very soon. Yeah, being the cynic that I am, like I heard about constellations and like this shit can't work, yada yada yada. But here I am, I keep doing it. And then I heard about horse constellations, and that really like I had to prove that wrong. And so far, that hasn't happened. And I'm just really glad for the opportunity here that maybe to show uh, to open up to more people what can happen with animals. I think it's sort of it goes the animals, the horses get past my blocks of oh they're just saying that or it's all made up. Like some of the stuff that happens with these things has been magical. I'm really glad to be here. So I think Margaret's up next.
Yes, thank you.
Hi. Horse constellation work for me has been a real bridge and a portal to um, having a greater capacity to connect with humans. I and I'm thrilled to try to help this work reach even more people who, like me, might carry what's happened to them in their life and their childhood in such a way that people don't feel safe because the horses have really helped bridge me to deeper healing with humans. And in terms of they really taught me how to listen in a very different way to the field, um, to non-human presences in the field. The horses have really been teaching me that. So uh, I'm on board anytime they're involved in any kind of healing because they are that portal and that bridge to me. I've experienced it and it's transformed my capacity to connect with people. And I'm grateful, deeply grateful for that. Thanks.
I'll pass it over to you, Lisa.
Hi, so happy to be here with the Seeing with Your Heart community. And this wonderful uh, letting go of the year of the snake and moving into the year of the horse. And so thrilled to be here. Thank you. I've been a client multiple times in systemic constellations with horses. I've been representatives along with my equine partners who self-select to do this work and represent. And now experiencing facilitating with the equine partners, with our horse partners, has allowed for just incredible expansions in my own life. Witnessing, receiving, experiencing their healing gifts and their capacity to represent, and horses can represent multiple representations, has done nothing short of blowing my mind. And it's truly been an integral part in my journey in terms of my spirituality, in terms of a knowing, in terms of this felt sense of that there is absolutely something bigger than us. And in my core, just trusting that the universe is with us to support us. And as one of our members in our recent Colorado Constellation with Horses experience said, and I asked him if I could maybe use this as a review. He said, you just can't make this shit up because you see horses do stuff and it's like, you know, you just know it's divine. So thank you very much. I'm excited to share this with you all.
Great, thank you. I'm having trouble finding Leo's. I'm having trouble finding Jono. I don't see his phone on, which would be videotaping Leo, unless I'm wrong about that. I see the voice rep for Leo, but I don't see Leo anymore. So I think I'll move to Sally and Eric and then come back to Jono. And I think I also can't pin some people. So just learning or can't spotlight some people. So Sally, why don't you go and then Eric?
Hello, good morning from Costa Rica. I'm Sally, co-founder of Tula Vida with Eric, and we have 15 rescue horses here who are really facilitators, co-facilitators in everything that we do. And horses are extremely powerful constellators because they have incredible sensing capacity. And they've been on Earth 56 million years, so they have very sophisticated nervous systems. They're sensing and responding all of the time and co-regulating in the field. They have these giant hearts, so their heart space is huge and constantly receiving input, amplifying and transmitting that to communicate with the rest of the herd. So they're herd animals. They live, as Emily said, completely in sync with their environment as well as each other. They haven't lost that capacity. They're very tuned in and they're attuning to us, to the field, to the environment all of the time and communicating that. So horses really communicate through energy and movement. And a lot of things they do are actually subtle, some of them not so subtle, but everything they do is very intentional and moving something in a direction or highlighting something or co-regulating. But everything they do is intentional because this is the world, the non-verbal world, tuned into their environment that they live in. So in a constellation setting, we're looking at their body language, and Eric's going to talk a little bit more about what you might want to look out for as the horses move and communicate.
Great, thank you. And then Eric.
There we go. Hello, everybody, and thank you very much for the opportunity. I was going to turn you guys around. Excuse my technical. I think I just turned into that guy on the call. Sorry.
Okay, no matter how much you practice, it's never always quite right. No
Yeah,
sweat.
You have to go back to the gallery view.
there we go. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so I wanted to thank everybody for joining the call and wanted to talk a little bit about what you might be seeing on the call, whether you're live or you're recording and you're watching this recording, but talk a little bit about horse behavior. So we have 4 horses that decided to come to this area right here. We're going to be working a little bit over here. This is where we're going to be working. I'm going to introduce Galan real quick. So some of the things that you might watch for movement, particularly with a lick and a chew. So you can see he's doing a lick and a chew. This is a way, and it might be a different interpretation for you, but what we tend to see is patterns. And so the patterns are lick and a chew, basically means like a relaxation or an aha. Some people might say, oh, well, this is my skin or my hair raises off my skin, or I feel like, oh, that's a deep, deep truth. Lowering the head is often a sign of relaxation. The ears get a lot of information. They give a lot of information to the horse. So pay attention to the ears. We're going to have, the way we're setting this up is we have a couple cameras, hopefully will be on the horses at all times. And you can see this is the white horse here. You can see her attention is going. Some other behaviors might see is a roll or laying down. So this could be perhaps a big sign of vulnerability. This all could change too. So this is just kind of a guideline. But when they lay down or roll, this is a big sign of relaxation and also vulnerability. So they have to be very, very safe. The other thing is the lowering of the head. So right now they're pretty relaxed. So When they're relaxed, their head goes down and to the right. I don't know if you can see it, but to the right is Galan, and you can see his head. So some of the things you might see as we get into it, there's going to be a lot of different probably movements, but the idea is to really focus on the movement and the settlement. When they settle, to notice what shifts. What we know about horses from facilitating quite a bit with them is that they complete the thought or complete the revolution or complete the movement almost before it's articulated. So they have a way of tuning in and actually connecting on a soul level that is really, really incredible. And it's almost like we've got to keep up with them as far as our processing. So we hope to be able to demonstrate that and show what their amazing capabilities are. And thank you very much.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm just going to highlight just a few things. If everyone could turn their cameras on who's representing us, I can't spotlight you if your camera's not on. And even if you're just a voice rep, if you could turn your camera on, just so people have a sense of what is happening. Maybe that's not so easy, but here we go. Everybody but Leo's voice is on. Okay, so we're going to be working with, it's okay, Leo, I can use it. I can use Margaret's as an example. No problem. So I wanted to show you just kind of how we're getting the videos going. There will be a seeker and we're going to introduce the reps naturally like we would if we were to open a constellation, and we're going to walk through the steps. But I'm going to Margaret is going to be a rep for mystery, and I'll explain that later. One of her cameras is like she's going to be talking through Margaret. Maybe you could just talk.
Yeah, so someone's going to be filming me and I'll be in the field speaking, but I'm not going to be using my camera. So
you see this, you see how like Sally Nilsson, I'm going to get rid of Sally's name in a minute. But Sally's camera is going to be tracking the rep for mystery. And then you're going to hear the voice through Margaret's square, which is going to be in the background. We won't have it spotlighted. So you'll hear her speaking, but it's being videotaped by somebody else. And that's the same with all of it. Like the horse rep for letting go, Eric will be facilitating from the field, but there will be and kind of reporting on what he's seeing with the horses. But some of us, like when Leo stands in for the seeker, it'll be similar. There'll be a voice rep in the background speaking. Leo, you'll hear his voice through his phone, but Jono is going to be videotaping him so that they can just be in the field. It'll make sense once we get started, but some people might go, "Who's talking?" in the background, and it's actually the reps talking. Okay, I think we can get started. Does that feel ready? Okay,
yes.
and okay, excellent. So I will rename things and start moving things out of here. Um, but Eric, I want to understand which one is the one that is the full view of the wide view. There it is. No, that's not it.
So nature, I think it was renamed nature.
Yeah. Where is that? Is that not here? Or do we not have that extra camera?
We do. I just need to turn it on. Hold on.
Okay.
I got it. I got it.
Fantastic. Okay. So we'll start with that.
I think it's on now.
Here we go.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Yep. Here it is. Whoop. No, there. Okay. All right. All right. Let's all take a deep breath. I actually can't rename. I can't rename when the spotlight is up. So give me a second to just rename it before I put it in. Okay. So let's just take a moment to breathe together. And just feel your heartbeat. Connecting to the pulse of the earth and the pulse of your heart. So as you breathe in and you breathe out, letting your consciousness arrive fully, centering the visionary within you. Who's ready to see with their heart, see with the eyes of their soul, see with the depth of love, to feel through every cell of your being. Just breathe in and breathe out, coming into rhythm, letting go of the need to understand or the overwhelm around technology. Drop in. Welcome the four-legged herd. We have 2 horses that can zoom through the pen in Wi-Fi, but there's 15 horses on the land, welcoming all 15 who are connected to our constellation, 2 of which are visible.
And feel what brings you here today. What brings you to this new year? You've been spinning around on planet Earth for a lifetime. And here's another spin. It's 2026. Sun Ra, who was a musician, a kind of an outer space musician, once looked at me and he said, "It's already after the end of the world. Didn't you know that?" And we're here at 2026, which is, it's a pretty big number. It's pretty far from our childhood. And we are here for something. And we are here for making this year the fullest expression of love for ourselves that is possible. And this community and these horses and Eric and Sally and the other ones who tend to them and tend to the land are here for you. They invited you to join them to receive something for yourself on this edge of the new year.
I invite you to open your eyes if your eyes are closed. And to just be with the fact that I had intended to start with the seeker, but the rep for letting in, the horse rep for letting in, raised their hand. And so they're just raising their hand first. And in some ways, that's how it happened. They asked to be let in. And so we're just breathing and letting yourself arrive to the constellation that called you here. And my understanding is the horse rep for letting in is the white horse. Is that right? Horse rep for letting in. Can you unmute and just confirm that it's the white horse?
I
Or
think
maybe
that would be Lisa. And yes, we
Yes,
didn't
yes, the white horse is definitely letting in.
okay. Okay, so that came first. So I would just invite us to just be with the fact that, even before we got here, that arrived, called you, and we'll just breathe together and feel the one that sent you the invitation.
And
And
like you, the horse for letting in, when I look at it, it's had some hard times. It's a rescue horse. They're all rescue horses. But when I look at its eyes and its face, it's been through. It's been through some hard times. And it's in the best place a horse could be. And it's inviting you to let in what's possible.
Horse rep for letting in, is there anything you'd like to report on what you're seeing?
The letting in rep is very relaxed, feels very safe. You can see the lowering of the head. You see there's some attention going over to this mystery rep. So while very relaxed, also very aware and tuning into our community.
So we brought in a rep for the mystery, knowing that everyone here is a facilitator on some level and could probably assign, the mystery that you're stepping into in life. You might need some reps that you could assign your own representations. You can keep it mystery or you could offer a specific representation, but she's already here in the field. So you have letting in and mystery arriving. And then I'll just bring in the horse rep for letting go. Who's also here in the field with mystery. So as the wheel turns, just invite you to look. The black horse is representing, if you look at the title of it, horse rep for letting go. If you look at the title of the screen, and horse rep for letting in is the white horse. They, out of 15 horses, we kind of set this constellation up ahead of time and they came in. There's a wide view to be able to see all that's here. And the mystery is also here. And that on some level makes all kinds of sense because we are, it's, waving at you in some ways. It's here as we turn the year. So I just wanted, before we bring in a representative for you, just to let yourself feel yourself as the seeker and really presence what you want to work with in this moment, what questions are alive in your heart, what you're ready to look at. You could even write it down. If the horse rep for letting in wants to share the horse rep's name, the name of the horse, we could do that too. That would be helpful. Versus white horse, it has a name, and I know the rep for letting go also has a name, the black horse.
White horse is Susie. And typically, when we're doing horse constellations, we actually don't utilize their name
Okay.
in the constellations. We refer to them as the representative for letting in.
You can see that a third horse has arrived, and they we really contemplated whether there was room for three. We actually wanted a third horse to represent mystery, and here it is sitting with mystery.
So this is a bit, if I could speak, this is a bit how it works. He broke out, he escaped this morning. He went and hid in the jungle, and then he showed up as soon as we started. The brown horse here on letting go. I know it's a little bit confusing, but he showed up. He's very, very intent. This is, he's with mystery. So sitting with mystery. I don't know if I can show that. I think Sally can see it really well. The two mysteries are together, but then also we have a lot of support from the field right beyond. And there's two horses that got through the fence. Two horses that got through the fence that might join us later. And we have one Minna laying down, just laying, eating, enjoying the sunshine. So a lot of horse activity. And as we're talking, there's rolling, and then go back to this representative, and he's licking and chewing, kind of checking it all in, looking around. So a lot of movement, a lot of players showing up.
So we'll take a moment just to breathe in, and as a seeker, I would invite you to stand as the seeker and to tune in. Well, just like you would if we were to set up a constellation, take a moment to close your eyes and tune into the question, the issue, the intention you're holding in your heart. And I bring in
What is it that you want to let go of as the year concludes? And what is it that you want to let in for the coming year? And this can be your constellation.
You could see the one with the blue hat is representing the seeker. That's you. And he's sort of looking at the field ahead of him. And you have the observer effect as well. That the rep for letting in and the rep for letting go is being observed. And you can see as you arrive, mystery is starting to raise their hands and wave. I don't know if they're waving at, I think she is. You see her in the far distance. She's like waving at you and moving. And there's a third horse back there with her. So we'll breathe for a moment. And then I just want to invite that there are mystery reps that we're going to bring in through Zoom. So, if you have a decision in your life, for example, choice A versus choice B, you can assign it to mystery 1 and mystery 2, or you can let them be just informing you and see what unfurls. But you can actually build your constellation and build your reps into those blind spaces, if that makes sense. Rep for seeker, what's happening for you?
Um, I feel really torn by what's happening outside of the circle. And this, I feel like I have to leave these horses down on the lower level, who've had so much meaning and truth and history for me, um, and to move forward into this unknown. Um, it's exciting and heartbreaking, and I feel kind of torn in the unknown ahead of me, and the grief behind me, and the experience that's so just been so palpable. So I feel a bit in the in between. We're just now sort of how do I move into this, and can I trust it? Like, I know what's back there. I know it, and I love and care about it, and the life's up here. That's sort of, I'm trying to move intentionally, and yet I don't know. There's a not knowing that's kind of frightening.
Go ahead, mystery.
So, as the seeker rep was speaking, then the mystery horse licked and chewed and took a couple of steps forwards towards seeker.
We think it'd be potent to bring in a person from Zoom to be the actual seeker. You know, in some ways, Leo is representing the seeker that's already here in the space. But who wants to be a demo for this, to be the person that we're kind of orienting around, and will be representing, well, you know, everyone will be projecting their seekerness into you. You can just raise your electronic hand. Okay.
When the representative just spoke, did you feel like those words could have come from you? Like he's already representing you, and it could be more than one person here. But we want to find who is he already speaking for. So if you recognize what he said, if you heard it and you go, oh, that really rings for me, we invite you to share with us.
So I think I want to bring in a few voices, if that's okay. Just hear from the voices of people that are seeking. Just present some voices. What's that? How's that sound, Dan?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, Karen and then Roisin. Just share what's alive for you.
I mean, I'm really feeling the horses, and yeah, I feel emotional, but I'll share that my desire to let go or like the deep root systems of resistance and like habits that kind of gatekeep, um, like gatekeepers to my soul's deeper calling. And so it's like my desire is to let go of like half living, half life, half death energy that I walk with, that is kind of paralyzing, and in that release, kind of navigate from an open channel of inner wisdom and intuition.
Great, thank you. If anything's happening in the pen that wants to be spoken of with the horses or the reps, you can just unmute or you can raise your hand, whichever electronically works best for you. But just feel free as we're sharing to chime in. Roisin, do you want to share?
Yeah. So as Leo was speaking, he was saying exactly how I am feeling at the moment and how I have been feeling for a while. I mean, I threw my life up in the air in October, and there is a part of me that's really holding on to it, the life that I've left behind. And then there's a part of me that hasn't quite reached where I'm reaching to because I don't know where I'm reaching to. So I'm really in that in between liminal space that Leo spoke about. So yeah, it really feels like I thought, wow, everybody must be feeling this. And by the show of hands, it looks like a lot of people are, but it's exactly where I am. I am in that liminal space of I've let go, I've made a big statement, I've, sold my house, all that kind of thing. And yet I'm still scared of letting go of that and moving forward into the unknown.
So for you, Karen, and then for you, Roisin, you might think about what you might assign the reps for mystery. Like the mystery might just be the unknown or fear, the life you left behind or the life you're going towards, the questions you have about the life that you're going towards. Same for you, Karen. The deep root systems of resistance, you could assign one of the mystery reps that in your mind's eye. The death energy or the calling, you could take one of the mystery reps and assign it one of those threads that are kind of present for you. Your soul's calling or the gatekeeper. It's just examples of how you might build it out to keep going with this. I think as we start to like really potentize the constellation, they'll respond. Thanks, Karen and Roisin. Ginny, do you want to share?
I can kind of echo Karen and Roisin's. When Leo spoke, the horses that were in the pasture was just brought up incredible betrayal and deep, deep grief that I've held on to for so long. And I know the answer for me is walking into the mystery while releasing the other. The mystery is not available until I tend to the herd in the pasture.
Thank you so much, Ginny.
And the rep for letting go has definitely been licking and chewing. When Roisin spoke about the liminal space and just now. And Ginny, when you mentioned walking forward, I don't know if you noticed that the rep, the white horse, took a few steps forward and is now actually toward the camera. And
Did you say is now looking forward at the camera?
Sorry?
Did you say it's now looking forward at the camera?
Yeah, there was a little side glance to the camera and then a lick and chew. So that's confirmation about what Ginny and Roisin and Karen have been sharing. But there was definite movement for walking forward right when Ginny said about walking forward.
I'll also note that the mystery horse outside, the brown horse in front of mystery, is really, really wanting to get in. And then there was a lot of licking and chewing with the black horse that went during everybody sharing. There's a lot of confirmation, a lot of licking and chewing, like Lisa said, but at specific moments of selling house, I can't remember everything, but there was so much happening and so much releasing going on with confirmation and also helping to release. And he's actually doing it right now as we're talking a little bit. You'd see it licking chew. So this is like a confirmation, an affirmation, and a relaxation into the truth.
And I can add to that. You were talking about embracing the mystery. The mystery horse stepped forward and licked and chewed and tried to come through the fence. Big confirmation.
Oh,
And as we're speaking now, the wind is really kicking up. That's another factor that we have, and it's like howling right now. Just as in the last 1 minute, 41. After everybody's stopped sharing, the wind just kind of really picked up.
I would love a representative on Zoom to give voice for the mystery horse that wants to come in. We're just going to have you be the voice for that. Is that okay, friends, to just have a
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I don't know if that'll work, but to bring in a Zoom rep of the mystery that wants to come in.
Yeah.
So who would be open to representing that? I guess you would just unmute yourself and say me.
Twyla raised her hand.
Yeah,
Right.
I would.
Hi, Twyla. Okay, if you could represent that brown mystery horse that it's lifting its like hoof to get in.
Yeah, I absolutely was feeling that. Really wanting to get in there when they were showing it on the camera. It looked like it was ready to just bust through and get in here.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll have you just drop in. I'm going to keep hearing from people and hear voices, but we'll just have you kind of drop into the field.
I'm just going to say as mystery, I snuck in I snuck into the field. I felt like I had to be outside, but I wanted in, but only when some speakers began speaking their truth. Then I snuck in, but I cannot bring the other mystery in, although I want that mystery in as well. I cannot bring it in. Something has to happen first for it to come in. And I don't know what that is, but I want seeker in, I want mystery in. And I only got in when the seekers were sharing truth.
Could you tell that other mystery brown horse, just look at it and say, something has to happen before you can come in?
I know something has to happen before you can come in.
I don't quite know what it is yet,
I don't quite know what it is yet, but something has to happen.
and I see you.
And I see you, and I know we need you. I know you're needed. I see you.
Emily, so I'm sort of opposite the mystery horse, and
This is the rep
we
for
had
speaker that's speaking. This is a rep for you, everybody.
so we had an interaction, like, we just sort of locked eyes for a while, and I'm very aware of the injury this horse carries, and there's a question of, can I be in life with this injury? Can I walk into life here with this wound? I really want to. I want to get in the pen, and I want to open the fence for him. But I'm very aware also of, like, the large black hole, the power of that, and the majesty. There's something sort of daunting about it. Like somehow the masculine and feminine. There's something sexuality or something, like there's something in that, stepping into this arena and stepping into this arena, or stepping into life, hobble, feeling hobble.
The feeling
You
is
notice
the feeling is what?
hobbled.
Hobble.
Like, if you know, first it's front left, leg has been damaged.
And this is the letting go rep,
This is the mystery rep.
mystery rep. I see. Okay.
And when Leo said, "I'd like to let him in," he started licking and chewing and pawing. The mystery rep started licking and chewing and pawing. So that was like a big truth.
Rep
So
for Leo. Could you look at the rep for letting go and say, I see your majesty?
I see your majesty. I see your majesty, and it scares me.
The big lick and chew.
Should we hear more voices?
Yeah. Freedom, would you like to share?
Yeah. And I also really identify with what Leo, the rep for Seeker, has been saying. And the horses that are in the field where the one horse was lying down, that is the comfort that I have been giving myself in place of being present with what wants to be let in and what wants to be let go and the mystery. And the horse for letting in has had a lot of life experience, and it's not easy to process what has happened. Even before I can let anything go, I have to process it. And when I first met all the horses, I had to run and grab food and chew on it and drink. I had to do something with my mouth. I had to just lick and chew just to keep up, just to be present.
There was a big jump from the mystery brown horse, sort of stretched back and a jump in the air as you said that.
Freedom, who would you say that to? I've just had to lick and chew to keep up. Which one are you talking to?
Of the horses? Which
Yeah.
I want.
Imagine yourself in the field let yourself be with Leo. Put your feet right next to him.
Okay.
Just teleport your mind's eye. You're right there, feet on the ground. Just imagine stepping into the field. And you said, I have had to lick and chew just to keep up. And just follow your feet in your mind's eye as to where you'd go. Where's your movement from there?
My movement is to walk toward the white horse, and then just turn my back to the white horse and just feel grounded and say, I would like to say this to my parents if I could, if they were here, that I spent my life chewing and licking instead of feeling and being. And I feel like this white horse has had to make similar choices. I'm grateful for you, Representative, for letting in. Thank you. Thank you for holding this and allowing me to see it.
And so with that, we had movement and we had the rep for leaning in, move closer to letting go. We've got a lot of licking and chewing going on with letting go.
Let yourself let in the letting go of that pattern. For those that are new to the call, licking and chewing is just acceptance, confirmation, approval. Is that right? As you're interpreting it, freedom? Okay.
And I can't get to the letting go. I feel like I'm opening to letting go. Yeah.
The rep for the speaker, for the seeker, can you follow what Freedom just said? She just said, "I'd like to go up to the white horse."
Mm.
Could you do that?
As you said that, then the white horse just moved the brown mystery horse up the hill.
And so you want to pay attention to what resonates about these movements.
So as Freedom spoke, I sort of wanted to ask permission of these two, almost parental, like, can I be here? Can I be in like that? And I really want to bring this brown horse in. Like, this is.
Can I be here? Can I be here in life? Can I bring in this other horse? And for those
who's wounded.
Can I bring in this other horse who's wounded? And for those who's whatever you've named this mystery, just feel the part of you that's in asking your parents if you can bring that in. Can I bring this in? Can I be in life with it?
Mystery is having a lot of interaction with letting go. He was walking around her, came up beside her, walking around her, and letting in, came up and stood beside her too. She has one horse on either side, letting in, very focused on mystery, and letting go is focused on the mystery horse who's up the hill.
I actually can't see the mystery, the other mystery anymore. I can't, it's obscured. I can't find the other mystery.
When the seeker was talking, the mystery moved away, started eating, and then positioned the mystery horse is positioned so where he's out of sight and not seen by hardly anybody. It's very hard to make him out through the trees. He's there, but it's almost as he's hidden or hiding or unrevealed.
The rep for the mystery horse, can you share what's happening for you?
This would be Twyla. Is that right, Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You can unmute Twyla. I think she doesn't know how to unmute. Let's see. There we go.
Well, it's funny because I can't find myself on the screen anymore to unmute or to see me at all. I feel like I disappeared. And I got all emotional when they started talking about being wounded, and I'm aware that I'm wearing a ring on my left hand that is really too tight. And now I'm like, oh God, I can't get it off. I don't want to be seen. And the ring is like my college ring. So like, I don't know, expectations and achievements are keeping me from being seen in this new way. And also I have a lot of injuries and I'm hobbled on my right side. Like my real, myself, the person. And this is as the mystery. So I want to be, but I can't be seen. And then I don't want to be, and I want to run away.
As that conversation's happening, Karen, who originally spoke about the deep root systems of resistance, the gatekeeper to her soul's different callings, and this kind of part of her that lives like half in life and half in death, asked, I'm focused on why can't the mystery horse be let into the pen? And so as mystery is talking, that conversation's happening. And I'll just for where it's relevant, there was a concern around space. This is a small pen and it's the only one that can be streamed through Wi-Fi, so it probably was only safe for like two horses to be in there. So that may hold symbolism for people. There's not, it's, three's a crowd, two's company, three's a crowd. Who's what's the third that's not let in?
So,
And yeah, keep going. Go ahead.
Mm.
What's
And
happening?
as the four-legged reps moved together, the human two-legged reps as well came closer.
and we have mystery up in the jungle. Mystery's up in the jungle, like overseen, peeking through the trees. He's set above and kind of observing everything. The mystery horse. It's actually.
I noticed that the mystery was coming closer
Mhm.
and came right up to be with us. And when the rep moved, kind of followed that instruction from Freedom to go address the parents, go stand next to the white horse and address the parents, and being able to want to let go of belonging to the parental conditioning of just comforting oneself at the expense of being with the mystery, that the white horse moved. And I think the word Eric used was move the mystery horse up the hill.
Mhm.
So that the way that I read that is that we're moving towards mystery, which is our soul's movement, is always towards mystery. But if we take a detour, pull off at the rest stop to recycle a conversation with our parents about how we can't free ourselves from them, that representative for the white horse kind of took care of the mystery. It was like, okay, I'll continue to engage you. You can keep belonging to me. You can keep arguing with me about what I did to you and what you did to me. And mystery will drift off into the jungle. So it also mirrors Roshin, because Roshin has actually gone off into the jungle. I mean, it's Ireland. It's about as much jungle as you can get. The the mountain cabin, but that there is that tension between belonging to what we know and is what's familiar to us, and going off into the jungle in search of the mystery. And that's what I'm noticing.
So we actually have Seeker walking towards Mystery Horse, and Mystery Horse is really, really attuned to the Seeker. And again, he's put himself in his position where he's like seeing, overseeing. He's very aware of the movements happening. And then with the other two, we have movement and licking and chewing.
I think maybe we'll bring in some more voices.
Yeah, I just sent you a message in the chat, Dan, quickly.
Okay.
Or maybe I did it in the, oh, I did it in the big thing. Okay, I told the whole world, blueprint, Roisin, are you representing the blueprint for your life or beyond your imagination?
So yeah, that's where the conflict is, in the fear of going for what's beyond my imagination. I know it's there and I'm holding on to what's back there. So there's that fear of reaching for what's out there, the mystery. And I'm really happy that Leo is going after the mystery horse. That's
Right.
where I would love to be.
Can you represent the blueprint for your life?
Sure.
And just feel the part of you that's reaching to actualize that blueprint inside yourself. Just be with the blueprint.
The blueprint for your life.
Yeah, the blueprint for my life, I guess.
Okay.
And then it's everybody's has that. And it's a dance between belonging to my parents and the licking and chewing and conditioning. And then the blueprint that, like, I know I'm being tugged at. There's something inside that says it's time. There's more. I know it. And I know there's a beyond your imagination somewhere, but I need to root into the depths. I literally need to get in my feet and crawl into the jungle and touch it. And just take a moment to see that he's reaching for and touching and putting his hand on that. As he touches, as the seeker touches the mystery, are there other things happening in the pen that the facilitators see?
The black.
So the human rep was actually being followed by both the letting go and the letting in horse reps. And both of those horse reps are licking and chewing alternately. And you see the mystery rep standing with the letting in rep.
And the letting go is focused on the seeker. I mean, just like laser-like precision focus, what's happening with the seeker, making the connection with the hands-on with the mystery horse. And as soon as I said that, I acknowledged it, he walked off and probably is going to go back to grazing. So going back to grazing is like, yeah, I've got it. Let's go. This is how we digest stuff. So it's literally the process of digesting truths or digesting information or digesting nuggets, but it starts with the grazing.
So for each of you witnessing, what's your digestion? Just take a second as seekers and maybe close your eyes and breathe or stand in your body and feel, what truth am I digesting? What truth am I integrating?
Freedom, as you're doing that, think of the sentence that you want your rep to say now that he's standing with the mystery. Just follow that instruction from Emily, but feel, what is the sentence that you want him to say? And then you can share it.
I thought that I could solve my problems with the past, and I've been terrified of feeling discomfort, of the mystery of what I don't know, but what's calling me. And I am feeling like I can actually be in relationship with the mystery, and I can manage the discomfort. And that's why I've spent my life licking and chewing, to manage the discomfort. And here I am in the face of the mystery. With the help of the mystery, I can stay in my body.
And voice of the rep for the seeker, can you share what that does and what's happening where you are?
It just feels like there's so much more life here with the mystery than in in this realm, this unfamiliar realm, this jungle, this like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know who you are. I knew who they were in the pen. Yeah, you look, yeah, I'm fascinated with you. And I'm terrified of you. And it's a jungle, and it's like, I don't know. This is life.
Notice how he speaks that there's kind of a grooming or something happening between letting go and letting in.
Mm. So this is mutual grooming, correct?
Yeah.
And it feels like mystery horse wants to go. Like he's looking at want to go somewhere.
As mystery in here, I feel there is such a feeling of love and relief in the space in between letting go and letting in. It's as the speakers have all been talking. That's just my place. This mystery, I live in that space between letting in and letting go, and it just feels like that's where life is, and I don't really have to do anything in that space. It's weird. I don't. It's about the space in between them. There's a whole world in between the two that is what we're actually living.
Anya, what's happening for you?
I've just been on such a journey with all of this and really resonating with what everyone else is saying. When Leo the Seeker first spoke, I mean, I just felt like he was speaking from my heart. The grief, you know, the tears flowed, especially when he said, you know, about the other horses who held so much truth for him. And I just felt real strong grief at that point in terms of that loyalty to those horses, and the space between where he stood and letting go and letting in and the mystery. It felt like just this such a vast distance, like a liminal space, you know, that I don't know how to get from where he stood to where he wanted to go, where I wanted to go. And now to see him standing there with mystery in the jungle is just so beautiful. Yeah, it just feels like the right place to be, and all of those things still exist, the letting go and the letting in, and the horses outside the field are still there, but that just feels like the right place to be, up there beside the mystery. It feels like, you know, where's the journey leading next? It feels really exciting.
And
As the
there's releasing going on right now with letting the rep for letting in.
As the mystery, I can't see myself on screen. I don't belong there. The pen is too tight. I'm invisible, and I like it that way. And there's some abuse of power that doesn't allow me to be seen. And I'm having like hot flashes, and I'm way past that in my real life. But hot flashes, that abuse of power kind of a feeling.
Thanks, Mystery. Anya,
So
when you step into the field, oh, go ahead, Sally.
Mystery is standing between letting in and letting go with her. Letting go is behind her and was touching her on the back of her neck with his nose. They were both licking and chewing. And as letting go touched Mystery on the back of the neck, letting in was licking and chewing. Yeah, she's moving.
Anya, if you were to move onto the field, where are you standing?
I'm standing with the mystery horse.
And just
But
allow you.
it's a scary place.
It's, as you say, it's a scared place.
It's a scary place.
Scary
Yeah.
place.
Yeah.
What's your sentence for your rep there?
I want to be here with you, but I feel frightened. Show
And
me the way.
if grief were in the field, where's grief?
Grief is with letting go.
And who's the mystery rep for you that Margaret's holding?
I don't know. She's a mystery too.
Do you tell her you're the mystery between letting go and letting in?
You're the mystery between letting go and letting in.
You're the mystery of breath.
You're the mystery of breath.
That can tend the pulse of my grief.
That can tend the pulse of my grief.
And just allow your grief to be there between letting go and letting in. And she's new to you. She's a bit unfamiliar to you, but just let her be there. And what are you holding? Who are you holding? Who's with you in that space?
I'm holding them all.
Yeah. Feel your arms around them all. All that you hold in the pen of your life. See the mystery beginning to move towards the letting in, looking at it, connecting. And the blueprint for my life, can you report?
And so for me, the grief is with letting in. I don't, yeah, I feel the grief more with the letting in than with the letting go. It's the letting go is kind of done, and it's the letting in that is where the difficulty is for me. And when you asked Anya that question, you know, where does grief stand? For me, it's with letting in. And that's the fear, that's the stuck place.
Only say this if it feels in tune, Roisin.
Mm-hmm.
Could you say, I let in the same way my family does? Through the portal of grief.
I let in the same way my family does, through the portal of grief.
And it's the blueprint for my life to learn new ways.
And it's the blueprint of my life to learn new ways.
Through the jungle.
Through the jungle, the wildness.
Through the wildness.
Yeah.
Can I modify that?
Yes,
Emily,
please feel free.
could you say it's beyond my imagination
It's beyond my imagination
to find new ways?
to find new ways. Yeah, beyond what I allow.
Someone else drew the blueprints for my life.
Someone else drew the blueprints for my life.
Mystery brown horse just put her head in her hands when you said that.
We have letting go, going back to grazing, digesting.
The mystery human has come to join mystery horse and seeker rat.
Feel the human part of you that's joining, or whatever mystery human represents, joining the mystery horse, the four-legged movement. Deirdre, can you share? And the horse for Rhett letting in is starting to move.
When Leo the seeker rep first spoke, he felt so alive, and I felt myself right in Costa Rica. Suddenly I was there, I was standing on that green paddock there with everyone, and just the sheer beauty of it just went right into my heart and brought me to tears. So right in that moment, the beauty, the connection, and the letting in was all one.
It's interesting to note that the reps for letting in and letting go seem somewhat harmonious in terms of digesting, going back to grazing, allowing for what is.
Just allowing, Deirdre, that those words of all one to be reflected back to you. And if you were in the pen, in that space, or on the grounds, where would you be?
I'd definitely be eating the grass if I could with those two horses.
So feel them digesting, feeding on your life's movement. Your feet right there.
I am right there.
So
I'm just
letting
standing on that grass, sitting on that grass with those two animals. Just there. That's where I am.
Go ahead, Eric, if you were going to say something.
so they're almost matching steps. So they're in like perfect sync, almost with their head bobbing, eating as well. Well, they just step separate, but they were stepping together almost in unison. So they're as if it's one, letting go and letting in. It's like one.
Letting in is the white horse.
Yes.
Letting go is the black horse. And mystery is the horse out of the pen. That's the brown horse. So you've been feeling right, Muddy. You're not lost. But just notice the point. Notice the point in the constellation when you questioned if you were lost. Just when letting in and letting go are in a harmonious vibration with one another. You know, there was some confusion that arrived in that moment. And that might be a new algorithm to just let in.
And
There's
as you
also
said, Emily, the moment that you were lost, then the mystery horse licked and chewed for a long time. I don't know if you can hear the bird in the back.
Right. So this is, I'm just bringing this up, Marie, for you, because I know there's some question around letting in and letting go in your own life. And do you travel to the jungle? So whatever you've assigned the representatives, just let the confusion be there. Notice the confirmation of it, and then invite yourself to find the healing movement and move through it with the next movements. Sanchez, do you want to share what's here for you?
I'm just completely amazed with the majesty of what's going on. Originally, I felt so charged with realizing that what I would like to let go is my busyness, and my busyness has prevented me from truly connecting, but making myself available to others in my practice. And when I felt freedom talk and Rossini talked, and everybody that talked it, they talked for me. It felt like it could have been my words. So I feel so grateful, especially that the mystery and the seeker have been all along in the middle of my screen. And I want to climb on the back of the horse. And I want to not be afraid. I want to be with you and ride you. And I feel really grateful for this majesty.
Can you represent beyond my imagination?
Yes, I can. Beyond my imagination.
That'd be great. You could rename yourself Beyond My Imagination to where the horse might take us.
And on that, we have a movement, the mystery horse, right in to touch seeker. And the other mystery human rep is moving away. And the mystery horse is now very interested in letting in and letting go, whereas before he was just very present where he was. Now the seeker's interacting with mystery horse.
And
For
literally, the letting go and letting in were complete, like in line. And there's another, not to introduce, but there's another horse. I don't know if you can see back here. There's another horse in the peripheral that is gaining the attention of letting go and letting in.
Just a mystery. I felt compelled to come to the other mystery, and there's some kind of grief. There was like a separation of these two mysteries at some point, and we can't quite, there's a yearning for the mysteries to come together. And I can move, and this other mystery doesn't seem to be able to move yet. So there's a need for these mysteries to not be so separated. And that there was some kind of intervening force that separated these two beautiful, like we were twins or we were one, and now we can't connect again. And this one's on the outskirts, and but I can't make it happen. I can't force it back together, but there's been some separation.
Could folks write in the chat screen like Laura and Sheila did, where they just gave name to what those mystery reps are meaning for you? If anyone feels inclined, what do they stand for you? Even if it's, personal to you, just what are those two reps?
And mystery horse just came through a difficult route, not along the path, but through the jungle to move closer and engage with mystery human.
As mystery, I felt like I was waiting to be sought out specifically. I'm not going to anyone else. It's a circuitous path. But I have to be like invited and embraced. Oh, embraced. And I felt the human mystery kind of did that.
As the seeker, I want the mystery horse to lead my life.
Say that again, Leo.
I want the mystery to lead my life.
Mm-hmm.
Beyond my imagination, from the back of the horse. Just feel yourself on the back of the horse. Can you look at the seeker? And just tell him we'll travel beyond your imagination.
We will travel together beyond to your imagination.
And anything else you want to say from that place.
And look at that skyline. Look at that horizon way beyond there. Together.
As the mystery, I'm absolutely weeping with joy at that exchange.
The mystery human rep is also weeping with a big smile on her face.
We gathered together.
Cheryl, anything you want to report?
Everything is resonating, and I've been holding my stomach to digest the whole time.
We're having trouble hearing you, Cheryl. Can you move closer to the mic?
Is that better?
Yes.
Okay. I've been holding my stomach to digest the whole time, and everything that the seeker says, now I'm actually anticipating what he's saying. I want the mystery to lead my life, and now hearing the wider perspective, the beyond, the horizon, beyond the beyond. The shift that happened for me, I was immediately in the field from the very beginning. The word belonging and the whole parental conditioning part.
We'll just pause you for 1 second. Go ahead, Eric. No? Okay. I thought they were trying to talk to us. Go ahead. Yeah, it's happening. Just keep going, Cheryl.
So the word belonging, and then to be longing for the mystery. And mystery rep said yearning, and for me I'd rather be longing than belong to the old. I'm reaching, and I don't just want to be longing, I want to be with the mystery and to follow the mystery, to be in the wild.
Just reach your hands out. Just find your movement, Cheryl. Just allow yourself to extend that longing and that.
So a lot of movement happening with letting go, letting in, and mystery is at the gate. The seeker is holding the gate open, or the wire or boundary, if you will. So there's an opening being created by the seeker and the mystery, and lots of movement with letting go and letting in the horse.
Thank you, Cheryl. Thank you, Eric.
Really.
And Freedom, I think, raised her hand again. Hi, Freedom.
Are you muted, Freedom?
Thank you.
You're
Try
muted again.
Try one more time.
Okay. This is making me so happy and fulfilled. I have been watching the mystery horse and the seeker and realizing that my great grandmother, Titty, lived in the bush. And that means as in a maroon space in the jungle in South Carolina. And my great grandmother holds all the stories and the wisdom of the mystery. She knows. And that is what I had to kind of let go of my parents so that I could go up and be with the mystery, to welcome my great grandmother's wisdom and understanding and all the things she knows. And I'm so happy that she's coming out of the bush and she's able to interact with letting in and letting go. And that is an opening for me. Just so grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah.
And when you say thank you, just let yourself feel yourself right there in the field with mystery. Just let the emotion come. Let her come in, see her reaching, moving. See the digestion happening around letting go and letting in. The grazing. Notice the rep for mystery has her hands on her heart behind you.
My mother had to almost reject her grandmother because she was uneducated, but she knew everything.
As the mystery, I had to take off this college ring that was too tight. It was so hard, but I got it off. And on my other finger, I'm wearing my great grandmother's wedding ring, but now it's on the hand of doing. So, yeah, our grandmothers are definitely in the mystery in a way that transcends education and training and credentials. And doesn't belong inside that pen. And then also she's the one who taught me religion, and I'm coming up with a hymn. She's
ancient
the church.
Thank you, mystery. I'm going to just check in with you, Ginny, as well. How are you?
Really good. The whole time watching, letting go and letting in, circling, grazing, coming together, going apart, has felt like the circle of my life.
Yeah.
With all the work I've done, but my eyes were always riveted on the mystery in the jungle. And it felt like my sister was the sentinel, overlooking all this and just trusting I will continue to circle and grow and let in and let go. And she will always be there watching.
Yeah. Thanks, Ginny. Other reps that would like to speak?
Yeah, Emily. So it just feels like the mystery can't be captured. It only can be lived and followed.
Write that down, everybody. The mystery. Let's stop trying to get it to come in the pen.
Yes.
I felt like I was able to reclaim, like mystery now feels like something very ancient that had to go underground, that has been separated from even from the mystery itself, is now united in a way that feels beyond profound. Like there was this missing piece of the mystery that now feels present and available and here and not hidden. And I feel much more complete.
So you notice that movement as Mystery Human Rep said, I feel much more complete. Mystery Horse Rep turned around, took some steps away, and is now back to grazing.
He's actually grazing with the observer. So Jono's back there, very quiet. He's kind of grazing with the observer of you. He's the one that's videotaping Leo, your seeker. So feel the part that observes and digests and invites us into the greater call. Also, Tabitha's been eating apples and is talking about the divine mystery, eating the fruit, the forbidden fruit. The Divine Mother eating the forbidden fruit. So also grazing by the flowers, the fruit. Is there any other reports, or does it feel like this is a kind of closing movement?
So as the seeker,
Mystery
mystery
Horse Lab.
Just, I'm done.
A closing moment.
That's a mic drop.
Mystery's work is done.
That is awesome.
Wow. Yvonne.
Hi, I have to figure out the technology. This whole constellation was just fascinating, but I was like hyper focused on those roses in the background, and they looked like these loving orbs. And then when the mystery started grazing on them, I just felt like this beautiful, like, I don't know, like an awakening or something, just a remembering of the love, the beauty, the abundance, and all the ancestors that are always here to support us. So, like, at first, I just saw them, just a couple of them dancing, and then now they're like very much alive. So, yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
An observation that now letting go is at the gate, with letting in behind him. This line here is actually the gate.
And pushing boundaries.
Yeah, and for the first time wanting to be done or wanting to exit. The first time, the whole time he's in here, he's like asking to leave, or maybe to be released.
And can we release him?
Yeah, absolutely.
So notice this mystery rep that Margaret is the one that's releasing him. Whatever that represents for you in your field.
I would like to say something as beyond imagination. So I've been finding myself rocking back and forth, and I wonder, what is this? Is this my breath, my inhale and exhale? But I think I'm rocking your heart. I'm cradling your heart beyond your imagination.
Thank you, beyond your imagination. So just feel your heart being cradled as you travel with the mystery.
Or even rocking that baby, which is the new thing that has just been created.
Yes.
And the humans are moving the same direction as the horses.
Ginny talked about playing on rocking horses as a child. Thank you, everyone. I think we can release representations. And we made a plan for them to be able to leave and tend horses right after. So I just want to name a couple things before they hop off our call. And they may have some last words. But here is Tula Vida. Eric and Sally they offer retreats and private work. You can work with them individually. You can work with them in bringing groups together and hosting all sorts of things. So they're there. And Lisa is offering horse retreats live in Montrose, Colorado. And so if you want to be added to her announcements for the one in this spring, just here's her contact. So I'll put it also in a follow-up email to everybody. Their sun is just beaming through my window right now and out on the water. So just want to welcome and thank the wind and the sun, the flowers in the jungle, the horizon line and the clouds and nature that arrived. And just want you all to know when we're out in the jungle and we think we're lost and confused, we're here among each other under the leaves and in the flowers. Dan, any last words you want to say?
There's been, it's been very beautiful. I appreciate the community. I'm aware as we speak about mystery that there's hardly anything more mysterious than buying 85 acres of remote property in Costa Rica and then bringing in 15 rescue horses and then trying to become a destination. I mean, that is a very bold step into beyond the imagination. And it's very fitting with our community that each one of you is maybe not quite so obvious, but each one of you is walking that path between the security of the blueprint and the mystery of beyond the imagination. And we do it in community. And I think that's what has become the strength of Seeing with Your Heart. And so I'm really grateful for our time together as always. And the day goes on for another 7 hours. So you can take a water out, water in break when you're ready. Emily will pick up the next piece, and we'll be back at.
Let's not turn it quite over yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Coming. It's coming.
I want to just thank Lisa and Sally and Margaret and Leo and Jono and Eric. I think I said everyone's names. It's so hard with the view here. And just say, these are new friends. They're all facilitators. And so if you want to do a retreat like this, just reach out. I'm sure they could get co-creative and collaborative and have some fun. And maybe Dan and I will be on deck out there sometime soon. It's just like, who doesn't want to go when you see these images? So let's have fun together and co-create together. I'll pass it back to Sally and Lisa and Eric to see if there's any last words you want to share. And thank you so much for the holding of space.
Thank you for joining in with us and allowing us to weave all these different threads as we step into the new year and sharing your vulnerabilities and your hearts and your souls. And the horses appreciate it. They want to be heard. They want to be seen. So thank you.
I would just like to say thank you so much for everybody that showed up and participated, and and the willingness to go where you went. Thank you very much for allowing us to share what we consider to be what we're stewards of. And I hope this inspires you at some level, if not with us, with somebody else, to maybe bring horses, because they are absolutely magical to work with. So if you could find a place to perhaps incorporate some sort of horses in your practice or your what you do, I think it would be an amazing tool or amazing opportunity for you. And thank you very much for joining and the opportunity.
And I'd like to say thank you to Dan and Emily for welcoming us into this community, and Leo for introducing us. And it was a really moving and powerful constellation for all of us here. So thank you so much for really being open to the horses and really sharing the magic of that experience.
Wow, if this isn't an advertisement, I don't know what is. Look at that. Look at that workshop space. Oh my goodness. So exciting. I'm joking, but thank you all so much. I feel like we're all going to get on the back of Mystery and show up on your land in no time.
Come on.
It's very beautiful what they've created here. Talk about following mystery and passion and abundance and your heart and soul. Just very impressed with Tula Vida and what they've built here, as Dan said.
Okay, thanks everyone. We'll say farewell to Tula Vida. Maybe we can offer our feather wings just with gratitude and just so much love. Thank you all so much. And enjoy the rest of your retreat. This is their day one of their retreat together. So enjoy that retreat, and we'll do a closing together in the last 9 minutes for this first section.
Thanks, Dad.
Leo, did you want to say something? Go ahead.
Thank you, Leo.
Thank you, Leo.
Thank
Love,
you.
Leo.
Gurmahagat Milio.
Oh, he's still giving us a tour. Okay. Thanks, everyone.
Hasta la vista, babies.
All right. Wow. Well, that was something. Dan, are you still here? I don't know where you went.
I'm right next to you, Emily.
You are. Okay.
Yep.
There you are. Okay. So let's just I think let's just take a moment to look at each other. And if you have your hearth here, hold up your hearth. And if you don't have a hearth in your hand, no problem. You're just here with the fire in your heart. Feel that you are the light bringer. You are often the ones who stand between letting go and letting in. Bringing light, bringing care, bringing capacity to transmute. And if we aren't the ones who can look into the horizon, call in the blueprint of our lives, and get on the back of mystery, with a commitment and willingness to travel beyond our imagination, who is. So my hope for you this year and this turning is that you can release the scales of the snake skin that no longer serve. The licking and chewing that you're doing, or the digesting, that it is not necessarily in harmony for your form and your being. And be able to find your way to lick and chew for the joys of your own soul and your life, and move towards it. Find that movement through the alchemy of what you've let go and what you've let in. Over to you, Dan.
The information sources of the media, they just saturate us with bad news, and they saturate us with news of institutions and organizations that are more powerful, far more powerful than any individual. And they emphasize the incompetency and corruption of our leaders. But they are only covering the most minuscule sliver of what's happening on the planet. And what's happening is that the mystery is breaking through. The birds are landing, and not everyone who receives the message responds. Not every inspiration is fulfilled. But there is a shift in human consciousness that is not reported. And it is happening all around the planet. And Emily and I know because we actually travel all around the planet, and we see it everywhere we go. This portal of the new year is it's an invitation to become part of the evolutionary movement of human consciousness. We can loop back to the ancient ways. We can benefit from the technology, and we can create something that has never existed before, that is beyond the imagination. Everything that exists at one point was beyond the imagination. And it begins with a desire and an idea and a heart. And each one of you is participating. You're all participating. And let's just keep doing it in community.
So maybe for the new year, let's make a wish and blow it out. Are you ready? I never blow out our hearth candles, but it feels like a completing movement. So I want to call in the gift of life, you know? So what better than a birthday cake? Here we go. It's new life. 1, 2, are you ready? 3. All right, that's a wrap in our first segment of our New Year's marathon. So I think we'll take about 15-minute break, and Are there any burning comments in the last couple minutes?
Yes.
Go ahead, Freedom.
My dog just threw up. So I just figured he was the final movement. He was dry heaving and then he made it almost to the door and he vomited. So whatever wasn't completed, he let it go.
That actually happened when we were in Montrose. It happened a number of times where they would release that way when I was in Colorado with the dogs. So feels in tune.
Okay.
And I just wanted to say, I never blow out candles, but this one was meaningful.
I never do either. I always put my hands on it. But I just thought we have, for some reason, that's what came in. Thanks, Madi. Okay. I think that's it. So we'll see you back in 15 minutes, or you can just stay on here. I'm going to end the recording.